welcome. Today we are starting another game. What a surprise, right? A video game. Lynx here, because I think I haven't said that. And what we have here today is double exposure. Link as per usual in the description on each video of the game. Very nice platform. Let's start. Human beauty is mesmerizing thing. Place your left hand on your waist and lean to the side a bit. I don't know why. Many have shared this sentiment through the run of history. Okay, now we could try time and time again. The elegance of the human body has put people under her spell. She always issues the same commandment to those she enslaves with her captivating wiles. That commandment is absolute. As long as the victim that has fallen prey to it roams the earth, it can never hide nor run from it. Part your lips slightly for the next one. I want you to give me as much of a last look as you can master. And it's simply this. Capture me, if you can. You think you have what it takes, immortalize me. Since the dawn of society, perhaps before that even, myriads of people have sought to fulfill the impossible quest. Sculptures, paintings, and a plethora of other art forms. Even writing and poetry have tried their luck with this endeavor. Needless to say, it's far from an easy feat. Many have failed. Many of those that have succeeded have gone mad along the way. You see, human beauty has this property. Attempting to transcribe her. It sucks the life out of her. The result is an inanimate, petty mimicry of the original. It's as if the flesh and blood evaporate somewhere along the way. What remains is a pile of bones. Its flimsy shadow of the real thing, having forsaken the warmth, the shine, the color that granted the original its class. This is the fate of whoever follows that command. Okay, this will be the last one for today. Try. Only usually, of course. There are those that supersede the challenge. And when they do, every failed attempt is instantly legitimized. For that's a victory for art. And when art triumphs, artists prosper. That will be it for today. Thank you for cooperation. Thank you very much, Miss Serena. I'm really glad to be working with you. We'll talk again tomorrow then. Good afternoon. I like this one. Not only does she possess a beauty worthy of encapturing, but she's also remarkably cooperative. A rare, fine gem in the industry, sadly. A rare, fine gem, okay. I wish the average model I work with was like her. Instead of the cheerful and carefree things that I usually have to tolerate. This is my life's work. It's not a playground. Damn, I always feel like a cranky old man when these kinds of thoughts pass through my mind. Now that I think about it, I knew 1, 2, 3 girls that went into modeling. For to be fair, I have no idea how did that go for them. Nor do I care. Damn youngsters don't know anything of the harshness of life. I barely managed to prevent myself from waving an imaginary cane around as I think that. But that's how I feel. How could these kids know what life is? We surely didn't learn such a lesson by winning beauty pageants and having everyone commemorate their unearned qualities. But if I want to be honest, that's not the actual root of my disdain. What I hate most is how they treat their gift. The very object of my fascination. It really is just a tool for them. Hello? I mean, looks good, but it's also funny how she looks. My silent monologue comes to an abrupt halt when a relatively high-pitched young voice calls out to me. Alright, I almost completely forgot that I had a new medal to work with today. A glance towards my left confirms my hypothesis. Are you Serena? I'm Lizzie. We have an appointment in... She raised her arm on eye level to glance at a golden wristwatch. 5 minutes ago. Nice to meet you. Hello, Lizzie. I'm glad to be working with you. We should probably start if we want to finish on time. Sure. But I have to warn you, I haven't done any photo shoots lately. I have been preoccupied with preparing for contests. So you'll have to bear with me here. Oh, that won't be a problem. Just be sure to follow my instructions to the best of your abilities, and I'm certain that you'll just do fine. Thanks! But I have to pee first. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. I can only hope that she'll demonstrate a more professional attitude when we begin. Okay, since you're a bit out of shape, we should start with the simplest shots. Think of it as a warm-up. Gotcha! Let's go with pose 13. Huh? What a pleasant surprise. She's not as rusty as she claims to be. Plus, she's studied. What's pose number 13? So I guess we're working together for a bit. The moment she starts speaking, I feel myself physically cringe. I've heard the best about you from a couple of friends of mine. Looks like she had been waiting for me to start reviewing the shots I just took to strike up a conversation. I can't say I'm surprised. I don't need to spend hours with someone like that to guess that they'd attempt to chat. When we saw some photos you've taken, we just knew I had to work with you. What a streak of luck on my part. And why is she talking like a corporate representative all of a sudden? So what's the secret? Deal with the devil? Huh? Pose 7, variation 2. That's one of the harder ones. The secret is passion. Hard work is a constituent too, of course. But that's a second nature to those who serve their passion. Okay, next one. You'll have to bear with me here. What exactly does she even mean by that? Putting aside the chit-chat attempts, she's incredible. It's almost like my thoughts get directly transmitted to her body. Like posing a doll. She's a bit short for... You're the same height. How unfortunate. Yeah. Why is that a problem? Oi. To be honest, I'm gonna right like super honest. Maybe not models for the photo shoots and so on, but for clothes and so on. Who chooses them? What the hell? Anyway. That's your unique answer. And have you always been this passionate about photography? I see how this is going to go down now. Yes. But I can be a very difficult person to converse with if I so wish. Same. That's great! I've been modeling since a very young age myself, but I can't really say that I'm passionate about it. Yeah, I know you aren't. Next we'll try this one. Which one?
You know, photography has kind of piqued my interest lately.
Oh, since when would that be?
Well, since meeting and talking to you.
Oh.
Maybe you could teach me some photography related stuff.
Yeah, maybe. Next post, please. I'm almost interested in why she seems so eager to develop a connection with me. But I won't fall into that trap.
Aren't passionate people usually happy to share their enthusiasm with others?
Not necessarily. I was passionate about stuff and I did not try to get people into that stuff. I actually find it highly annoying, not gonna lie. Like, I've said the story. This year, quite literally, went on a bike ride with a neighbor of mine once, and the next day he was like, "Hey, are we going today? Come on, right now, dude, freak off." Next day, how about today, huh? Come on. And the next day, hey man, we are having a night ride today with a group. Wanna come? Leave me alone. You know, I was lucky that I at the time also had the problem with an uncle, so eventually he gave up. But yeah, I don't like it. I just don't like it. If I would be into something really, I would come myself. But if you try to force me into something, I'm like, yep, this is going to not do this ever again. I mean, I will bike ride from time to time on my own. Maybe not now because it's middle of the winter, really. But yeah. Usually, yes.
It's a win for both us, if you look at it that way.
I'm afraid I don't have the excess time for something like that. Pose.
I'm sure you can spare an afternoon to give me the gist of it.
That will be $1,500 for 1 hour. That's what she should say. Not really, my schedule is filled to the brim for months. A lie, even I'm susceptible to burnout, and I would like to avoid that like the plague. Yes, you want to avoid the burnout, that's true. Okay, this is going to be the final post for today. I like the music, by the way, in this one.
So I guess this is it.
In that moment, the world sunk into an absolute impenetrable silence. I couldn't hear her talking. I couldn't hear the various sounds local to a workplace like this one. I couldn't even hear my own breath rapidly increasing as I began hyperventilating. My world became completely mute as the time within it instantly collapsed. The only thing that mattered in that degrading world at the moment was the sight in front of me. Is that the double exposure? I couldn't blink, for it weren't my eyes that were beholding this mystical view. Time resumes, sound repopulates this place. Heavy, rapid breathing.
Serena?
The cosmos accelerates swiftly. It needs to fill the gap, make up for the instant that lasted minutes. Everything feels sped up. Why? Why did this thing appear again? Am I hallucinating this time too? Everyone insisted it was just my imagination.
Hey, snap out of it!
Oh shit. I completely forgot where I was. Calm down, Serena. You can't be having a mental breakdown in front of her. Just calm your breath. Deep. Slow breathing. Get my mind away from the subject. In. Out. In. Out.
Are you alright?
I'll be fine. We talk again tomorrow.
Are you sure you don't want me to call, sir?
I'm going to be alright, I just need to rest for a bit. I did not click, by the way. Bye now. In. Out. Okay. Now I can analyze and evaluate the situation with a clear, tranquil mind. What the hell is going on? Why again? Why here? Why now? Most importantly, why her? I had been convinced that this mark was just a figment of my imagination. And yet here it is. Here to haunt me once again. And, assuming my mind isn't playing a deranged trick on me for the second time, then that girl is in a grave danger. What? Tragedy could strike at any passing moment. Her very life is at risk. I have to do something. But what can I do? Warn her? A snicker escapes my lips at the ridiculous thought. No one would believe this crap. Maybe I could give some sort of vague suggestion to prompt her to be more cautious? That almost makes me sound like a mafia boss that's out to get her. Is there any way of bringing the threat to her attention at all? And even if there is, would it be enough to save her? What in the world is she talking about? Shit. Wait, is she like getting whatever double exposure, whatever it's called, on the photo? And does it mean that, oh, someone is in danger? Okay, that's nuts, but I like it. There has to be some way around this. Should I even get involved? She might be in danger, but this is none of my business. I don't have any kind of obligation towards her. I never asked for this foresight. Never get involved in affairs that don't concern you. This is how I've led life up until now. Any success I've ever achieved is due to that. But she could die. Still, I can't help. How could I? I completely failed at changing the course of fate last time. If I get involved, I will only end up getting hurt alongside her. I can't do this to myself after the years it took for me to recover. I can't help. I have to look out for myself first and foremost. Okay, that line, I follow that line as well. First of all, look out for yourself. If you are good, you can look out for someone else, right? I like this approach. Because no one else will. I'll stay true to my way of life. Just have to yawn, get through the rest of the appointments, and I will never see her again.
Hey!
Hello, Lizzie. Are you ready to start?
Are you alright?
Please don't.
You got me seriously worried yesterday. You had a panic attack out of nowhere.
Don't make this harder than it already is. I have made my choice.
Don't concern yourself with that. Wasn't the first, won't be the last. We should begin. You're the last in my schedule again today, and I'm already worn out. I understand. You need to rest.
Thank you. And off to the photo shoot we go. I wonder if working in photography, like doing photo shoots, is fun or not. Anyone knows?
Okay, we'll get the hardest ones out of the way at the beginning.
The chill, austere nod followed by her taking the appropriate pose. Apparently she can be quite agreeable if she puts her mind to it. I look through the viewfinder and, without a sliver of hesitation, I take the shot. How poetic. I couldn't help but scowl at that last thought. Despite my perfectly lined up blast, not a single drop of blood comes gushing out. What? I didn't miss, it's just that the wound will be effectuated later. Oh, wait, so you've seen what's going to happen to her on that photo? Kind of. But why would it happen and what? Okay. We'll find out maybe. At a time when I won't be around to witness the fruits my actions bore. What a disgusting line of reasoning. I'm not the one pulling the trigger. I can't fault myself over not taking the shot for her. No one would ever sacrifice their well-being for the livelihood of a stranger. Yeah, I would not. That's right, a stranger. Someone who is not a stranger for. I guess it depends on the importance of a person. Why am I even debating myself so fervently over this? No one else would. Besides, Hey
Serena, are you alright?
Crap, I completely spaced out for a moment.
Yeah, sorry. I got distracted momentarily. Let's get back to work. Okay.
Her distraught gaze pierces right through my soul. I can clearly see that my retort didn't persuade her. She's obviously worried. She tried extending a helping hand to me yesterday too. This changes nothing. Helping someone with no risk to yourself is not a feat of kindness. Feat, yeah. It's the bare minimum everyone is expected to do. Still, she's worried.
Alright, let's redo that pose.
A true professional, her face now betrays none of her emotions. A paradigm of a good subject. Keep your calm now. It will probably be there. Shit. It's much more vivid than the last time. Even having been mentally prepared for it, I haven't gotten acquainted enough with the sight to be able to keep a straight face when encountering it. Wow. It's almost as if it was really there. It no longer has this ethereal, see-through feel to it. Of course, even now, no one else would be able to see it. Of course. I realized my blunder a bit too late. Although my reaction was discreet, it stood no chance of sneaking under her attentive look.
Is there something wrong with that shot? You don't look very happy with it.
It's fine.
Sure.
Let's get on to the next one. I take a moment to adjust the camera angle, then look through the viewfinder and then I'm faced with an even more suspicious look than the one she wore before.
What's wrong?
Obviously I know what's wrong, but playing dumb is the best strategy available in my arsenal. If I pretend ignorance, maybe so will she.
Serena?
She stops herself for a moment, but just a moment in the end.
Maybe we should stop for the day?
I don't lift my head. I decide to utilize the protection the camera offers.
I think you need some rest.
Not very keen on picking up social cues, are we?
Don't worry about me, please. If I were to go home now, I would need to make another appointment with you. That would completely mess up my schedule. I see.
Thank you.
But if you feel like you can't continue, we can stop at any point. My schedule isn't that cramped anyways. I'm sure I'll be able to do any time you have available. Next pose, please.
The remaining of that appointment was relatively uneventful. Perhaps even more unexpected than the clarity of the mark earlier is the fact that it didn't emerge at all for the rest of the shooting. The modus operandi behind that thing remains the biggest mystery.
I guess that will be it for today.
She stretches and wears an absent-minded expression. Looks like I managed to distract her from the whole issue. A light smile managed to creep its way on my face as I take the satisfaction of my achievement. A smile she notices and reciprocates.
Well then, get some rest, girl. We'll talk again on Monday.
Monday?
And you said your Sundays are full, so yeah.
At this point, the world around me once again caves in. Monday. I won't see her tomorrow. I look back upon my previous sentiments. Tranquility, reassurance. That past self-importance now elicits only disgust. What was this content smile I showed earlier? I'm sending a girl to her death. How can I feel so pleased with myself over such a petty demonstration of kindness seconds before I reject her right to life? She's barely an adult. Drops of sweat surface. Streams of the cold fluid run down my face. She showcases a skeptical look for a second. A response to my silence, probably. Since she's not close enough to notice the subtle physical signs of discomfort. Lizzie shrugs and allows the stiffness, not stiffness of her expression to disappear. She seems to have convinced herself that I'm going to be alright. After all, aside from the hiccups at the very beginning, I managed to put on a persuasive act for the rest of our session. She makes a fluid 180-degree spin and begins moving.
See ya!
As her back turns towards me, I feel my free will evaporate. I need to settle on my choice now. If I don't, time will rob me of the decision. Is her life threatened? Can I actually help her? Do I have the power to defy the machinations of destiny? How could I? My brain shuts off at that point. No more thoughts arrives. The response my body gives to my mind's absence is quick and simple. My larynx rebels. My treacherous muscle contracts rapidly, releasing a sizable volume of air as my vocal cords vibrate.
Wait!
What am I doing? Wait for what?
Is something wrong?
A hint of worry creeps into her expression.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
Her expression deteriorates even further. Again, not very gullible.
Let me teach you about photography. Huh?
Don't look at me like that, like you're expecting an explanation. I have no idea what I'm saying myself.
I was thinking about your...
Damn it, am I seriously getting embarrassed over approaching this kid? Get a hold of yourself.
I was thinking about your proposal the other day.
She's still looking at me the way you would look at some alien creature.
You asked me to teach you the fundamentals of photography. I accept. I'll tutor you. Oh, right. I did ask for you to do that. Sure, why not? Let's learn some photography stuff.
Why not? Show a hint of passion at least. This is bound to be a challenge.
So, when do you want to do it? How about right now? Aren't you going to rest for the day?
She raises an eyebrow to my quick and honestly very desperate sounding response.
I'm feeling perfectly well, not to mention that going out would nourish my condition further. No doubt about that. I see.
She contemplates the proposition for a bit. Is she seriously going to say no after how much she pestered me yesterday?
It wasn't really that much. Okay, let's go talk about photography over a cup of coffee.
Coffee, for fuck's sake. Why is it always coffee?
I know a great cafe around here.
Hello ladies, welcome! I get interrupted by a cafe employee. Only now do I notice the utter boredom depicted on Lizzie's face. She now looks at the waitress. Damn it. As if she were a saint or perhaps a white knight that came to her rescue.
So what will it be?
I'm not that boring, right?
I'll have a cup of coffee. No sugar or milk, please. Gotcha! What kinds of juice do you have? We have orange juice and lemonade. But I have a feeling that you might be interested in trying out one of our smoothies.
She pairs her approachable smile with a wink as she finishes that sentence.
Oh, I've been meaning to try one of those.
Bingo!
You're a great judge of character.
A light giggle escapes her lips.
Why, thank you, it's part of the job.
Yeah, that plus the fact that Lizzie is as easy to read as they come.
I think I'll be having a smoothie then. It's cheat day for me. Sure thing, honey. What kind would you like? I guess I'll try the banana one. Good choice. I'll be right back. Thank you. So how long have you been into photography?
How long was it actually?
Since I was 16, I think. So that would be like what, 2 years?
Her demonary expressions are obviously meant to prompt me to fill that gap.
Asking that sort of thing is kinda rude, you know? That would be 8 years ago.
26? Ellie, you're younger than me.
Shoot! I was betting on 27 or maybe 28.
That would be me. The second number.
Now that's even more rude.
I'm sure at least some amount of annoyance can be discerned in my voice. I don't care all that much about this.
Hey, I just mean that you look a lot more mature than your age would suggest. I thought...
Wait, what? Look, okay. Okay. Dude, if I got rid of the bird, I'd be back in high school basically, right?
I thought quite a bit about this too.
Use your time more effectively.
I found that placing you anywhere on the spectrum felt off. On the one hand, you're obviously very young. Every inch of skin betrays that.
Thank you.
But you also have this, you know, this grown-up aura about you.
I don't have that when doing videos, for that's for sure.
Like you seem to know how the world works. It's an impression given off by someone who has lived a lot. Or lived through a lot. In contrast, you look, behave, and give the impression of a 19-year-old girl. Yep. Did you think that would dishearten me? On second thought, I don't know why I expected that to be taken as an insult. You are a 19-year-old after all. Exactly. Nothing wrong with acting youthful when you're young. true. I guess I'm projecting a bit.
A diatrical chuckle from her.
I imagine that at age 19 being told you act like a 19-year-old would strain your ego irreversibly.
An exaggeration? But you're more or less correct.
I wasn't afforded the chance.
I wasn't afforded a chance at a 19-year-old's life. I had taken it up on myself to be an adult by then. But I don't think that maturity even at younger age is a bad characteristic. If anything, I'd consider it a pragmatic attribute. You never really know when it will come in handy. If you never encounter a situation that demands the enlisting of its help, good. If you do end up in such a situation, you will be much better equipped to handle it. Either way, no harm comes out of it. And if you need it, but don't possess it, well, the consequences are dependent on each specific case, but more likely than not you won't be behaving.
I mean, I guess you're at least somewhat correct. But I think that an outlook on life like that is a bit unhealthy.
In what sense?
Before she had a chance to respond, I catch the waiters in the corner of my eye as she approaches with what appears to be our order on top of a plain server. That's quite a fancy glass for that banana smoothie.
Wow!
Sounds like Lizzie noticed as well.
Dark coffee for you!
She rests a steaming hot cup of black coffee in front of me. Smells quite good.
And a banana smoothie with yogurt for you!
If you draw on the table, she's the one that will have to clean it.
The waiter lets out a giggle once again. This time she didn't even bother with trying to contain it.
It's alright, really. Just enjoy yourselves and let me worry about this sort of thing.
No.
Thanks.
A look of delight overtakes the waitress's young face. Lizzie's cute display of awkwardness apparently pleases her.
I'll be around if you need anything else.
By the time her back faces our way, the shine has already returned to Lizzie's eyes. She swills a large portion of the drink and lets out an exaggerated sigh of contentment.
Exactly. This is amazing.
This probably goes without saying, but she's one of the very easy to please people. I think it's a good thing for. Don't you guys think? Like that as well? On the other hand, I mean, if it's not much of a challenge, that's kinda sad, I guess, but otherwise.
Want a sip?
Do I?
My skepticism must have been quite obvious because she quickly adds.
Don't worry, I won't ask for a sip in return.
Not really the reason behind my reluctance.
Drinking dark coffee is impossible for me.
Drinking any kind of coffee is impossible for me.
Yeah, I know.
My facial features contoured faintly to express mockery. I hardly notice.
I'm a 19-year-old and act like a 19-year-old, remember? And my taste buds are those of a 19-year-old.
Most 19-year-olds can appreciate bitter flavors.
Well, not the ones I know. So, do you want the taste or should I just scoop the rest of it down too?
Hey? I'll take a sip, please.
She glows once again. Easy to please. For I'd prefer to shy away from spontaneous reactions like that one.
That's very good.
Right?
A bit too sugary for me, but still good.
Come on, you don't have to find a fault in everything.
Usually I do, yeah. It's part of the job. Which reminds me, we were supposed to be talking about photography! I guess my monologue was too boring for you.
Not at all. It's fine, keep talking.
This won't work. I have dealt with models even younger and more childish than you. I know how to handle this. I breathe in deeply, allow a small pause to pass, and I cast my stern gaze upon her. She twitches, her discomfort becoming more and more apparent. Yelled already.
Okay. I was kinda bored. Just a little bit though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're passionate about something, you should be able to talk about it in an interesting way. That's why I'm saying basically, most of the teachers suck. Because they are not passionate about what they are teaching actually. Or in most cases it seems like that. Like quite literally I had only one person that was passionate about what they were doing, and that was in university, physics, unfortunately only one semester. The guy was freaking amazing at that. Anyway.
So, are you supposed to be overly...
Wait, did I read the previous line? No.
I'm a bit confused now. So, are you supposed to be overly enthusiastic type that speaks before they think, or more a cautious, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings kind of character? Trying to go for both is rather ambitious.
I'm the kind of character that doesn't know how to answer that question. Hehe.
I don't know why, like there's a pause when I click. Weird.
I mean, since you came here to tell me a couple of things about the subject, I might as well listen, right?
Right. So, is it okay if I begin from where I left off?
Sure.
So then, as I was saying, the source of the photographers...
I let out a sigh between two sentences as I'm trying to explain photography to her. I mean, photography... Can you explain photography by just speaking of it? Might be tough. It hasn't even been 5 minutes and her eyes are already glazed over. I wonder...
Therefore, the ultimate goal of a photographer should strive towards doing a photoshoot with alien species, especially those with at least 8 tentacles and enormous lips.
Huh?
She almost instantly awakens from her apparently not so deep slumber.
Oh, so you did pick that up. Congrats, I was betting on a different outcome.
Hey, that's not fair. I was paying attention. No way would that pass without me noticing.
Is that so? What was I saying 1 sentence before that then?
Dude, me at school basically. I could listen and that sentence would be gone instantly.
Something about photography and passion?
So you were paying attention for the first 3 seconds. Okay.
Time for a change of strategy.
Why don't you tell me what you think of photography? You presumably have some ideas about it, seeing as you've been on the other side of the lens so many times.
Do I? Should I? I don't really think about this sort of thing.
A somewhat pained expression.
It's not like I dislike photography or anything. I just lack strong emotions towards it.
I can understand not being enthusiastic about it, but isn't it weird for a model not to care at all about the art? Is it artful? As much as I hate to acknowledge it, it's not just me that's participating in the craft.
I don't know if this kind of photography I would consider art. Maybe. I would definitely consider it when it's done outside, you know, of the nature and so on. Let's think. I feel like it depends. When their idea is actually for it to be sort of artsy, then I guess it's art. for the magazines and so on. I think I wouldn't consider it that. Then again, just my approach. Anyway. For admittedly, I try my hardest to minimize the model's involvement.
A part of both our souls resides in the final product. Don't you want to make the best of it?
I know that what you're trying to say is true. I'm part of the process of all, and if I weren't who I am, every photo I've ever been in would be different. For admittedly, I try my hardest to minimize my involvement.
A gloomy atmosphere. Lizzie begrudgingly finishes her drink. I hope she doesn't make that sound. She's not saying anything, but her face can be read with ease.
I could easily drink 3 more of those.
And I thought her tone was shifting towards a more serious hue for a second.
Do you want me to call the waitress?
Huh?
I point the empty but still quite pretty glass in her hands.
A blind man could tell you 1 second.
I snicker as I witness her trying to compose herself.
You're like an open book.
Well, so are you.
I raise an eyebrow at the exclamation.
Am I? Am I?
Not really, but I have to retort in some way.
I see.
That's a satisfactory result.
So do you want me to call her? Miss Overwhelmingly Friendly Waitress, that is?
Oh, no. It's cheat day for me, sure, but even then I can't be going around drinking 2 of these. If I get fat, I'm dead.
Are you sure? I doubt you'd get fat that easily.
What are you, that little cartoon demon on my shoulder trying to tempt me, huh?
So you won't cave in?
You were trying to tempt me after all.
This time it is I that lets out a discreet laugh.
I was just a bit curious about something.
Huh? Curious about what? Come on, tell me, come on.
She drags out the arm like a little kid asking a parent for an extra scoop of ice cream.
Well, it just seems very weird to me that you can exercise self-control like that. Not just now, I mean, throughout your life in general. Maintaining a figure like yours is no easy feat. Fat feet.
Whatever. I don't know why I'm having the problem with that word. It's ridiculous. Feet.
If you don't get any satisfaction from modeling, how are you able to master the willpower? How can something that brings you no pleasure motivate you to restrain yourself from enjoying the other genuinely pleasurable experiences? It's off-putting.
I guess in some respects I'm far more mature than you are.
She got you. A ringing phone interrupts our discussion.
What?
Her worrisome scream takes me by surprise. That startled me. She looks at her phone and the worry in her eyes turns to panic. She lets a whisper, one clearly not directed at me.
12 missed calls. Hello?
Where the hell have you been?
I...
Her impulsive reaction to the yelling takes a moment to sink in. Yelling, more like hysterical screams. She looks out of touch with the reality she just created.
What? I've really done it now.
Keep it down a bit.
Some people have started watching the scene unfold.
Sorry, Serena, I really have to get going. How about we continue the lesson some other day? How does tomorrow sound to you?
Well, tomorrow is 5.
See you tomorrow morning then.
And she dashes off.
Wait, where are you even meeting?
Oh, right,
She doesn't stop to respond. She just continues shouting her answer at me while she sprints away.
Here! Tomorrow! Morning!
I don't bother with confirmations, but morning? What hour? I know she doesn't expect one either way. Plus, I have enough eyes on me already. No use disrupting the peace further. And she's gone. No longer in sight. Still, this is quite convenient. I was about to start panicking along with her when she said she had to go. That wasn't very smart. I very rarely end up without a plan in these sorts of situations. If she had just run away without asking me to meet again tomorrow, I would have no way of keeping tabs on her. Who knows what could happen tomorrow?
What am I even saying?
The reason I had no plans isn't because I failed to account for the possibility. It's because I wasn't going to help her. How did I end up in this situation? I was dead set on minding my own business. I had convinced myself. Completely paralyzed. No choice on the matter. I guess even cold and logical people are completely instinctively, maybe even emotionally sometimes. This is hurting my head. Also, yes. Completely logical and cold people sometimes go emotional, yes. This is hurting my head. It's alien. It's as if it wasn't even me that made the decision. Or maybe it wasn't me who got persuaded to stay out of it in the first place. Now my migraine is even more intense.
I should get going too.
I pick up the receipt. She didn't pay for her drink. Ugh. Well, whatever. I'll just cover the bill for now. The tip too. Are we in the US?
Excuse me, waitress.
Excuse me, waitress. We are ending the episode. Could you take our payment for the stuff? Thank you. No, but honestly, let's end the episode here. We will continue tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.